Damn straight, baby. Here we go. Here we go, bitches. Oh, boys, welcome back. Today we are going to watch Stockport and Bolton to see Barnes' opposition for the league title. You heard me. You heard what I just said. Oh, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. What a great start. What a great day yesterday was, eh? Oh, man. I hope you all had a good one. I hope everybody's team won. Which ain't possible, but I really hope everyone had a good laugh, regardless, because I did. Believe me, baby, I did. I really enjoyed yesterday. Oh, God. How are we? How are we, la? How are we? Shit! The Reds! The Reds! Oh. Well, not to get ahead of myself or anything, but we are going to walk this league easily. My God. I am Chal. I hope you are as well, mate. Oh, God. Live, laugh, Barnsley. Urian ball. What a great time to be alive. Let's have a look at the... Before we talk about any Barnes related stuff, we are here to focus on Stockport and Bolton, right? We've got a EFL review coming out tomorrow, so obviously we're going to get us Barnsley fix, aren't we, lads? Even people that aren't interested, we're going to get us Barnsley fix because there's EFL review tomorrow and then the live tomorrow night. Neebs, true. Right, so let's look at Bolton and Stockport first. Or Stockport and Bolton even. Right. So coming into this, I genuinely, I made Stockport favourites marginally. It's going to be a close game this regardless, even if someone does win. But I made Stockport marginal favourites. If you watch the prediction video, I said Stockport that I think could win 2-1. But looking at this team now, not overly convinced. Not going to lie, not overly convinced. It's still a strong team, don't get me wrong. But if they are actually going back four, which... immediately don't fill me with loads of confidence, but back four with Corey O'Keefe, who can't defend to save his life, and Dodgson, who are both operated mainly as wing backs rather than full backs, I do think the wingers at Bolton, these two fellas, are going to have a field day. That's what I'm thinking. So I have gone for a 1-1 just based on Stockport being really good at home, but I'm honestly edging towards Bolton, if anything, for a win. Yeah, they have got Nathan Lowe on bench. That is true. And I'm trying to think of what else. What else have they got on bench? They've got some injuries, haven't they? Well, both of them have. They've both got some injuries. And middle at part are really strong. Stockport are. Obviously, why not right? Jack Diamond, Owen Moxon with Norwood and Camps is really good. Defense is obviously good. Oluwu not starting though. So Oluwu's not starting, and that Finnish lad both aren't starting. So quite strange across board, really. And then as for Bolton, quite a lot of changes really. Burstow's been chucked straight in. New wingers are there. McAtee starts. Morley and Simmons. That's a really, really good midfield too, though. That is solid. No Sheehan as well. I don't know if he's injured, but no Sheehan. I don't think he's injured. Owen Toyle's captain, isn't he? Quite a few new defenders as well. It's just like it's effectively a full new team to last season almost. How many of them played last season? Like last game? Maybe 3 of them? Maybe 4 at a push. Not a great deal though. But I am very excited to see the standards at the top of this league, because both of these are going to be up there. So to see the actual standards rate at very top. DRBYC, thank you for the £2, my buddy. Predictions for Mighty Rams this season. Well, I've got my championship predictions video I'm going to post on Tuesday. So you'll see then. But I think Derby will do better than last year, but I don't think it'll be top 6, respectfully. Sheehan's on bench. Yeah, but still, that's crazy though, still. Sheehan is one of the bigger names that they've still got that was still pulling his weight a little bit. But yeah, I think Derby will be well away from any danger because they were in it for a bit, weren't they, this season? But with Eustace and spending a bit of brass, I think he'll be in and around like 14th-ish. In that sort of realm, I think he'll be bottom half, but well away from any sort of danger at all, to be honest. And then you sent me another 80p on top. Thank you very much, my friend. I don't know if you're new or anything, but I will get to your donations, and it might just be a little bit, because sometimes I start speaking and I don't want to ruin my flow, because if I do ruin my flow, then I'll just go absolute AWOL and start saying stuff like Neebs. Do you know what I mean? So thank you for the 80 as well, my friend. Luke, thank you for the 2. Acne staying put, Ipswich aren't big enough. Okay. I did see that. I saw that they rejected it. I don't know why. I can't imagine why, because Ipswich obviously are going to be, what, 4th at very, very worst. I know, obviously, he's a Middlesbrough boy, isn't he, Acne? So maybe it's that, and he wants a Premier League move if he's going to leave. And maybe he's got doubts that Ipswich would do it. I do think if he's not going to go to Ipswich, Hackney will stay unless it's to Premier League then. Because Ipswich are like, to me, they're a guarantee at top 2. So if he's not going to Ipswich, then he's going to Prem. But it's really good that you kept him. I still think Middlesbrough are miles off, but it's really good that you've kept him. Or you kept him for now even. But thank you for it too as well, Luke. I appreciate it a lot. Man, right, we've got 5 minutes now to just pure delusion. I'm going to absolutely delude everybody into thinking that Barnsley are going to win league. God, we're the best. We're actually the best. Like, I don't want to go through every game because that's what tomorrow's for, really. But Huddersfield looked good. In fairness, Huddersfield did look really good. I thought Wigan, like, obviously I've only watched highlights of these games, but Wigan, they look like they could have had 6 or 7. Maybe it's Northampton being crap, but who knows? Oh, yeah, the timer. Good point. Really good point. If I have to manual clock it, hold on. What were I behind? 20 seconds. Also, does it like that? Right, okay. Right, it's not, guys, it's not started. Everybody calm down. Let me turn that off a minute. Right, so I have to manually and then immediately lob it to 20. I don't know how I'm going to do this. How am I actually going to do this? Oh, just sync it up to my... What the hell am I on about, baby? So would I just literally press that and then it'd go? No? Not quite understanding it. I just submit. Oh, okay, I just submit it and that's it. Right, okay. Right, yeah, but I'll actually be in time today. I'll actually be synced up. Hold on. Yeah, let me get your thing up, Les. I've seen you. Barnsley very lucky to have their keeper kept on it first half and the disallowed goal should have stood. Wrong. Disallowed goal, disallowed for a reason. He literally ragged his shirt off. I do agree. I think it would have been a red card because there were defenders there anyway. But I think Cooper as keeper should have been booked for that. I do agree with that. But also at the same time, Shepherd got sent off for 0 fouls. So if we're going off that game, then I do think that ref genuinely needs investigating and sinking to Sunday League because he's one of the worst that I've seen it ever. And if both teams are sat there saying, he's a crap ref, he's obviously a crap ref. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Right, I'm seeing the Stockport bench now. Oluwu, Lowe, Bailey, Fiorini. Oh, quite a weak bench, really. Apart from like Oluwu and Lowe. And then Bolton have got like Sheehan, Gale on bench, Randall, Ethan Errihan. Bloody hell, that bench for Bolton, serious that. That is a very serious bench. Broom, Johnson, Sheehan, Gale, Tutu, Randall, and Ethan Errihan. That's what I mean. They bought like Errihan from Lincoln even. And he's not even on pitch. That's the level. The Bolton's team's very, very good. Very good. Barnsley player was pulling the Plymouth player too. It's just the Barnsley player went down and was both fouling each other. Disagree again. It were a bit of rough and tumble, but then as soon as you drag someone's arm like that and launch them to the floor, like Roberts is a big fella, or Shepherd, whichever one it were Caleb Watts who dragged him down. He's 5'2". He's not going to rag someone to the floor fairly. If he's on the floor, he's ragged him. Do you know what I mean? Come on, man. I think we deserve to win. Let's put it that way. Hold on. Where's that? What have I just clicked? Thoughts on Wigan signing Morgan Fox, good centre back for League One. No idea who it is, to be honest. We deserve to see. Clev knows what he's on about. Clev's greens. We deserve to lose. We are so short of talent. I think you've got good bits, though, I would say. I do think Plymouth from yesterday aren't a million miles off. I think maybe going a bit too hard on the oh my god we're in crisis. Like, you definitely need a striker, but Watts looked really good. I do really like that Watts, and I didn't rate him for extra that much. To get him on a freeze, serious. That Bradley Ibrahim were good, but I just think you got absolutely annihilated in Middle Park. I think that's what made you lose game, because you were creating a fair bit, but I think so were we, especially at the second half. When we had 10 men, we created more and we dug in quite well. But in Middle Park, you got absolutely slapped up. But we're looking good. Seriously, we are looking good. Like Jorgenhofen, some of the younguns that we've got are crazy. They're actually crazy. Like Jorgenhofen, like Keith Scott, Oldham Athletic Football Club, has just said, how did Jorgenhofen play yesterday? He got chucked in, right? We're about to kick off in a minute, by the way. It got chucked in Jorgensen because Russell's not fit enough yet. So Jorgensen is probably the most likely swap for him in terms of stature and the actual position itself. And he did not look out of place at all. He's very sharp. I really like Jorgensen. Bland is quality as well. Oof, bloody hell. And then Connell and Phillips look great. We're about to kick off, boys. Let me just press the submit so I make sure we're in time. Here we go. Stockport versus Bolton. Probably two of your teams that you're going to finish in top 6 by the end of this season. So I'm excited to see what the standard truly is from two sides going up against each other. But we're off. We are off, boys. Let's go. Come on, the boys. I don't even know what I'd want here. Maybe a draw? It's too early to sit there and think, oh, I don't want these breathing down his neck. Oh, we've got 45 games left. J-Lo, shit, yo, J-Lo. Thank you for the 10, my friend. Vela linked with signing Cole, former Barnsley striker. Is he any good? He is. I don't want to... Obviously, we've got different standards, like respectfully. Port Vale and Barnsley going for different things this season, aren't we? But I like him. He gets in good positions, Cole. And he did score 18 goals in season before he left on a free. But it's just his attitude honks. Like, he literally threw a towel in, Cole. And we're playing like absolute arse because he knew we were going to get a championship move regardless. So, they started quite well there, Bolton. So, he will get you goals, but he also misses like sitter after sitter. But I think he's just a guarantee of like 10, really. I really do. I think you'd be guaranteed 10 goals from Cole. Especially when you've got Tolaj out on right as well. And I think you're quite unlucky yesterday. You dug in a lot. You know, say you had 10 men. That Tolaj hit post, didn't he, late on. But also I've seen that Sheffield United, not to like ruin your day, but Sheffield United are apparently after a League One forward that can play across all front three. And they've not got like £5 million to drop. So it's going to be someone probably slightly younger who they can develop. So I'm slightly worried for you that it could be him that Sheffield United go for. But maybe also it's too quick to think like that. That's a really good touch. That's unlucky. But yeah, I think he'll be fine, Port Vale. And Cole will be a good strike for you. He genuinely would. It's just because I'm thinking of Barnsley brain when I see players' names and stuff like that. But it'd be a good one for you. But thank you for 10. I really do appreciate it, mate. Very kind of you. Alfie, thank you for the 2. When you win an EFL Content Creator Ballon d'Or. Well, I got nominated for Young Football, whatever, like creator last year. Season last year. But it's for like under 18s, and I was 24 at the time. So obviously I'm not doing that. And unless I get a guarantee that I'm going to win all big dogs, I'm not going. Respectfully. But thank you for the 2. For the Football Content Creator Awards, that is. But for actual Ballon d'Or, I'm not. But thank you, Alfie. I appreciate it. What website is that on the right side of your screen? It is something called Stream Builder. Man, something called Stream Builder. You've got to pay for it, but it's worth it. It's really worth it. I think it's mint. Have I missed the Barnsley Delusion chat? For now. Oh, that's going to drop for him. Oh, lucky with bounce. You have for now, but I'm sure there'll be more. Because this is obviously League One related. I mean, this is League One related. We're looking at top end at division with these two. Barnsley fit into that conversation naturally. I'm saying. Carl, how did he play yesterday? Was gutted when he left. Not. So he gets better by age. Nailed on to get top goal scorer for you, I reckon. I completely disagree, Thomas. Thing is, we played quite cockeyed yesterday because Ogbeta, the left back that we've got, is on loan from Plymouth, so we couldn't play him. So Magoljic started down middle and Dunn started out wide for the pace attribute. But once, from next week, when Ogbeta comes in, because he's effectively like a left winger anyway, so Ogbeta's going to be stood left wing, and I think Magoljic will start on paper out on left, and then it'll go Ogbeta, Magoljic, Dunn, Vickers, somewhat along them lines, like when we're in attack. Magoljic were good. He were all right. He had little bits of quality. And he puts him centre-back, you know, to say he is like 38, he does put him centre-back and he puts a shift in and the experience will be good. But it's first game, innit? It's too early to say anything like that. It's first game, but Dunn is just... Dunn's the finisher at this team. Dunn is the finisher for this team. What's your Rackford season? I've got a couple on, but not on my account anymore because I can't bet because we're going for an house. The main one that I've got... I think the one that returns most, I've got Barnsley. This for top 6. I've got Barnsley, Luton, Huddersfield, top 6. Wednesday to finish bottom in Championship. All 3 that got promoted from Championship to come straight back down. And I've got MK Dons to finish top 3. And that's quite sharp here, Bolton, so far. Really sharp. And that's my biggest one. Legs are gone. Disagree. It looks really fit. He got brought off because we got sent down to 10 men, I believe, when he got subbed off, and he ran a card, and do you know what I mean? So we're not going to risk it at that point. But we had quite a weak bench yesterday, and still saw it out really well. That's what excited me, especially looking at some of the other benches, like in and around. I know teams aren't finished yet, but don't get me wrong. But Bolton are the one with strongest bench to me, and Huddersfield so far. Ooh, started well here, Bolton. Started sharp. Barnsley ruined that bet. We're an absolute given for top 6. An absolute given. It caught that quite well, you know. And it's slippy in it. It's raining there. I feel sorry for Bolton fans just stood away and we had a roof on. Thoughts on Wigan? I mean, yeah, I watched the highlights. I've watched highlights for all games. Because I filmed my EFL review earlier. And then I'm just going to film the other bit for this afterwards. To post tomorrow. But Wigan looked really good. Well, I said earlier, and I've said it in the video, I think it's a case of Wigan do look good, but Northampton looked horrendous and so poor defensively. Yeah, you have started. Bolton have started quite good here. It's only 5 minutes, but quite sharp. I really like middle at part for your and all. Really like it. Obviously, it's showing Stockport one now. Let me just move it on. Aaron Morley, Simmons, and then McAtee a bit further up. That is good. That's really good. Yeah, Tavid's going to Luton. I've seen that as well. They were always going to stop down south anyway. Apparently, we're going to choose MK Dons over us anyway, just to stay in and around like London code. They're not dealing with it very well at minute. Stockport, they've nicked it again there in Bolton. Oh, I don't know about that, ref. I think ref shit it there. Oh, no. I don't know about that. I had to see replay that. I think they just can't deal with press. And that's Norwood as well. How is that a foul? How about that? Really don't know about that one. Jake, thank you for the £2, buddy. Thoughts on banning signing a new deal? I mean, you've got to rate it because he's only on £7 a week, isn't he? To say, I mean, he's 30, like what, 37 as well. So he's not worth more than that anyway. He was never worth 25 plus that he were on. But I can't even make my jokes anymore that he's on £1 million a week. I know what it is. He's getting paid in crypto secretly. He'll have £7 a week on books, and then there'll be a load of brown envelopes going under the table every week, won't there? How can he afford that lifestyle on £7 a week? Goes to Turkey every 6 months for a new hair transplant. No chance. He ain't on £7 a week. No way. But thank you for the £2, my buddy. Thank you very much. I wonder what minute Lowell come on, you know. Like, Wooten's starting here. Wooten, whatever his name is. And he just ragged Sharman Low into advertising board. But I wonder at what point they'll bring him on. Because they've only got one up front, haven't they? £7 a week, 7 hairs left on his head. Luton looked toss, Hud's looked mint. But at the same time, like, Leyton Orient didn't go to Huddersfield to just stick 10 men behind ball. I think Wimbledon, you've got to credit to Wimbledon with Luton thing. Because I think Wimbledon defended really well. He has chucked him into board there. He just launched his head off. He's bounced his noggin off advertising board. Aussie League One highlights are crap. What was Shepherd's red for yesterday? First yellow card that Brendan Wirradu for Plymouth were laid on top of him, and Shepherd were literally sat there with his arms out like that, just like, get off me. And Wirradu were laying him for 5 seconds, and then Shepherd got a yellow card for some reason. And then second one, he got it blasted at him from metre camera away, and his hands were like here, like fairly natural. They did hit him, but it's because he's turned like that. They're still close to body, and to book someone. Never mind for it to be a second yellow for a red card. This first one shouldn't have been a yellow card or even a foul. To book someone for that, to get ball blasted at you from 3 inches and book them when your arm's out here anyway is ridiculous. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. It's just refs being shit in it like normal. Not new, mate. Absolutely not new. Brad, thank you for the 5. I do appreciate it a lot, mate. Great content, pal. Be a good game when we come to y'all at end of August. Good luck for the rest of the season. Who is we, mate? Brad, I need to know who you are. End of August. Oh, you're Uds, aren't you? You're an Huddersfield fan then. I'm looking forward to that. Surprised it's at 3 o'clock on a Saturday and all. They love to just, you know, it's Sky Deal and all. They love to just shift every single Yorkshire game to like an AF12 on a Saturday, don't they? For the most part. Didn't they do it home and away last season? I would defer at yours for an half 12, I'm sure I were. On Sky. But yeah, it will be a good game. I'm scared that we're playing you a little bit too early. Because I think we could have like a decent start. We've got Bolton at home at 3rd game. And then you 6th. Something like that. And it's quite early to have 2 like proper big dogs. After playing Plymouth as well. Got a fairly hard start us. But yeah, I'm quite scared that we could be on quite a good run. And then you just annihilate us. You know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me if they change it to still time. Yeah, true, honestly. Honestly, true. Well, they're never going to move us to a Sunday, are they? Because there's never enough fate in us to warrant that. I wonder if they'll move any of ours to a Sunday. Any local ones. I doubt it. It's not Wednesday or Leeds or something, is it? I wonder if they do it with you. I'm assuming they'll shift Huddersfield and Bradford to a Sunday. Just for the police aspect. Especially if Leeds are lurking. Imagine if it's Leeds Man United at the same time. I don't know what fixtures. But if Leeds are playing someone half decent that's a bit handy at the same time as Huddersfield Bradford, then yeah, I think they'll shift one of you to a Sunday. Ooh. Bit scrappy from Stockport. A little bit scrappy. But thank you, Brad. I appreciate it, mate. Michael, thank you for the 2. What signings do Blackburn need to get top 6? My God, mate, a lot. A lot. I think Bradford's core is actually half decent, and I really like Ismail. And we know what he can do, obviously, on limited stuff anyway, in comparison to a strong league when it got Barnsley in there. But there's just too many strong teams. There's too many strong teams. I think the 3 coming down will all finish above you. Like, definitely. Birmingham will finish above you. Oh, Corrie keeps done alright there to say it was shit for us. Who else? Who else? Coventry will, like as a given. Sheffield United will as a given. Millwall will. There's like West Brom, Middlesbrough, Norwich. There's a lot of good sides, unfortunately, for Blackburn. I just think if you God, his airline's horrendous. I just think if you're miles away from bottom sort of 6 or 7, then I think you've had a good year, honestly. I don't think you can be looking at top end of season for Blackburn. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm miles off. But I just think to me, there's a very clear top 4 at Championship, and then about 7 or 8 teams that could all face at playoffs, and Blackburn just aren't in any of them conversations for me. That's how I'd describe it. But I appreciate the 2, my friend. And once again, every time someone donates, I really appreciate it, and you're all asking me questions, and unfortunately, I always give you answers you don't want to hear. Oof, decent note. Like, no one ever asked me, like, oh, do you think Liverpool went late? Like, an easy one like that. You know what I mean? I'm always going to be the bearer of bad news with the donation questions. But I appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Thoughts on Wickham yesterday, if you've seen how they played. Well, it's just Mike Dodds in it. I think your lineup were crap. Like, really bad. And I think you'd agree. Oh, that were new. They've just launched it 100 mile to try and get on counter quite quickly. Fair enough, they've got a pitch quick from goal kick. I worry for Wickham just with the lineup that you've put out. Like, obviously, Coney we're never going to play because you're going to get £6 million from it next week. So you're not going to risk that getting injured and losing out on all that brass, are you? So I can understand him not playing, but you need to bring a lot of players in, I think, if he is going to go, because the rest of that team does look really poor, especially in comparison to last year for a side that still weren't good enough. I think you're quite a way away from even challenging for anything. But also, you've got to give credit to Bradford. It were going to be rocking first game. But they had like a fair few chances against you, didn't they? They looked quite good going forward from bits that I saw. If your YouTube gig fails, you could read obituaries. I don't know what that is. I've heard of it, but I don't know what that is. Mikey, thank you for 5, mate. I appreciate it a lot. On the way back up to Dundee for first away at season. So glad to be back, mate. It's the best, isn't it? It's the absolute best. See, I didn't go to Plymouth yesterday. And I'm now absolutely itching to play Burton at home. Like, every other year I've looked at some of these games and I thought, oh, Burton, like, oh my God, grow up. But now I can't stress the levels of excitement. And I'm so giddy for my first away game, which is literally ages away. That's the worst thing. It's so far away. It's sad. It's genuinely sad. Oh, God. Also, Rangers are front league away, aren't they, at first game? Russell Martin's interview were crazy, by the way. Coming out and saying some of these have got too big egos and stuff like that. For a first game, that's like crisis interview. You'd expect something like that if his job's online, not at first game. But I did think, to be fair, I did think that Rangers would make light work of a lot of the scraps in Scotland. I just think they'll get absolutely pummeled. I think they'll get pummeled, even, should I say, by Celtic. I think they get absolutely annihilated. And I'm a Rangers man on that side. But I think they would get absolutely destroyed by Celtic with how Russell Martin likes to play. Yeah, the Rangers squad, it's not that good, in fairness. They've spent quite a lot of money as well from all European finances to keep getting, because they've done quite well, haven't they? Some recent years they've done quite well in Europe and gone fairly far, so you get a lot of brass for it. And some of the signings are good, like Asgard, but they're bringing in like Emmanuel Fernandez and some of them other type of boys. Like bringing in Gassama and Asgard at the same time as that Fernandez from Peterborough, it's just crazy. It's so hot and cold with strategy that they're going for. But I appreciate it, mate. Good luck. Good luck, Mikey, I believe. Thank you for the 5 again. I appreciate it a lot. 5-0, as they're giving me 80 pence. Thank you very much. Needed to get rid of whatever change I'd left. All right. Thank you very much, man. Nice one. Cheers. That's fair. One of them ones, you've got like 11 pence and you don't want it and you just keep changing. You just feel like a high roller. Good little ball, that. I'll tell you what, I'm really I'm liking Bolton. I really am. Worst team in UCL history, record-breaking team. At Pond to Birmingham. I mean, he knows where net is, doesn't he? You've just got so many options. It's ridiculous. I did watch Cardiff game. I did. Cardiff put quite a young squad out, didn't they? Which surprised me. But I guess they're just preparing for inevitable that, yes, you are one of bigger sides in this division and you'll have some decent... What a ball! How has he scuffed that? I can't believe that has not gone in. That was so well worked from corner. Bolton should be 1-0 up. I can't believe it. Has he scuffed that? Has that bobbled? It can't turn on. It would roll perfectly. Oh, that's shocking. Is it his right back? Well, it's coming to a right back and not a striker in it. But how he's scuffed that, I can't believe it. But Bolton should definitely be winning there. Or have at least challenged keeps. That's daft. Yeah, with Cardiff, though, I think they're sort of preparing for Robertson, Robinson, them type of boys to go. But that right back looked really good. I know he scored winner and it was a good finish. But other than that, I think he was really, really solid him. For a young lad and all. Born in like 2007, for God's sake. Looks good. Does look good. Give you a career mode to do. What for obviously this year's FIFA, which is last season. I think career mode. I haven't been on that in literally years. You're not a football manager guy. Do Stockport. Bit flow to that ball. Yeah. That's a soft foul though. My first away that I'm going to, let me get it up. Hold on. Because there's a few that I can't do that I wanted to. It's not for a bit. So obviously I've missed Plymouth. Peterborough's on a Tuesday night. I'm not doing... Oh, I can't even go to Peterborough. I think I'm on holiday. I believe I'm on holiday for Peterborough and Wimbledon. I'm definitely on holiday for Wimbledon, and that's one of the 3 that I haven't done. So I can't do them. I'm not doing Stevenage. I'm not doing Blackpool because I've got something on. We're going to October. My first away is in October. The 4th of October, Wickham away at 12:30. But then the amount of games that I've got in a row then, I've got Wickham away, Bradford away, Donny away, Stockport, Lincoln that I'm doing in a row. And then we're in January. So once we're in October, I'll never have a free Saturday ever again. But I've got to wait till 4th of October for chuffing Wickham away as my first game and all. How sad's that? Because I can't do Blackpool. And that's at R12 and all, so they've ruined that one. Championship predictions, I'm bringing them out on Tuesday. The league predictions. I've got a very busy week, like the amount of videos I'm doing. I'm doing the EFL review tomorrow, then the Championship predictions on Tuesday. Wednesday will be League One weekend predictions, then Thursday for Championship version. And then I can't remember if I've got something on Friday. No, I've got like a sheet. Good run, lad. Pen? I don't know. Get on, Macca. Oh, he's up in his body well. Oh, I should have hit that, though. Oh, you're going too long, man. Got to pull trigger a bit earlier. The press is good, though. Bolton, look, this is not the same Bolton as like last couple of years. They've got so much more energy. We're doing Huddersfield away. I will be doing. I'll be doing a watch along Friday as well, yeah. A good run of that Conway. Callum, please rectify your Barnsley Anfield stat. It was wrong. Yeah, Atalanta as well. But that don't count. We're not counting that one. Bradford will be really good at home. Decent little knock that to Mothersill. I'm not going. No, even if my billionaire mate wants me to go in director's box, I'll go and shake his hand before I meet him. But then I'm going in away and with lads. I am not sitting in a box ever to watch Barnsley. I want to be with my people. Look, a little bit void of ideas here, Stockport, so far. A little bit. Bolton definitely been better at 20 minutes in. Alfie, thank you for 2, mate. Stop the count. Ticks are going up and CD is him. If we stop the count right now, then you're actually in playoffs. Respectfully. But you do look good. I will give that one. You do look quite good. I do think... In fact, you tell me, Alfie, what did you reckon to Northampton? Did they just look absolutely awful? Oh, good ball. Stop. Bolton are in. Oh, he's off. He's missed anyway. I don't know. That was close, that. That was close. Oh, good angle. I mean, he's not off. And he's not off. I'm trying to get an angle. Maybe marginally. And I'll tell you what, he's lucky, because if he wouldn't have been offside then and he didn't slide it to right winger, he'd have been in a lot of trouble. But yeah, I want to know what you think, Alfie. Tell me. I'm not saying donate, but I'm saying like just in the chat. Northampton had their moments, but Wigan could have had about 6. Yeah, that was my take on it as well. I think Wigan could have scored a lot more if he'd have been more clinical. But a 3-1 win to start season, you can't complain, can you? Can't complain. Sadie is him. What do you reckon to Thingy when it come on? What's his name? Mullin. What do you reckon to him when he come on? But thank you for the 2, mate. Delta, welcome to the goods, my man. Kiss. Oh my god, you got a blue John. Damn, how did my membership get cancelled? Had to fix that. My man, legend. Thank you very much, my friend. Enjoy the John. Cheers, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you. I sat in the Barnsley box. The food was great. I've only ever been in a box at West Ham. A couple of years ago now. They bet Leeds like 3-1 or something. It was near end of season. Leeds got relegated from Prem. So yeah, three years ago, I think. And that's the only time I've ever in my life been in a box. And it was nice, don't get me wrong, but it's just not real, is it? Decent run, that. Good effort. I'll take a good save that from Stockport keeps. But these wingers for Bolton are serious. These lads look good. Really good. Him not right there, this fella. Cozier Summer. Is he the Brighton one? Good effort, that. Really good effort. They're putting foot on a bit here, aren't they? Like, Stockport hadn't had a shot yet. Bolton have had 4. Definitely been on top. My missus supports Crew. They battered Salford yesterday. It should have been 6. Is that a derby, that at all? Crew are like... Aren't Crew somewhere between like Stoke and Manchester? Aren't they in that sort of like realm, or to left? When you look at map, I think. But I'm glad. So anything that goes against Salford, I'm happy. And I would like that defender that they've got. That Minoga didn't play, did he? I don't think. They're right back, right centre half, whatever. I know Barnsley are interested. But I also saw that Lincoln are interested. and Lincoln put their normal right back, right centre half on bench. So we might go for either of them two, because Surian said after the game that we're looking and this stuff like it works. That is a really good save, that, from Stockport keeps, by the way. He rebounds it, boy. Corey Dyer, young'un. Who's more between Stoke and Liverpool? The match. Oh, okay. Yep, that's called Cheshire. All right, man. Do I look like a guy that goes to Cheshire? Be serious. Or Cheshire. Minogue's been injured. I thought he played in friendly over there. I thought he played in the last friendly. Oh, he's injured now. I thought you said he'd been injured for 4 weeks. I'm going to say sorry. Well, that's no good. We don't want that then. We don't want one of them. We've got enough injuries as it is already. The season's just started. The amount of injuries and suspensions we've got is crazy. So we've just started. Brighton gamer, he looks sharp, this fella. You've got a couple of good lads in League One, haven't you? Good ball again. This fella in Vickers. Thing is, how can you pave a way for these type of guys? You've got so many good ones that, like, there must be so... He's a baller! Who's that guy? Oh my god! But Bolton could, genuinely, Bolton could and probably should be 2-0 up easy here. But you've got to take advantage of this, haven't you? He looks really sharp, him. How's he in League One? He's got to finish that. To be fair, we're having his shirt ragged a little bit. I do think if VAR were a thing, they'd probably have a look at that as he's having his shirt ragged off by Corey O'Keefe at back stick. But he does look good, him. Oh, that's quite sharp from Stockport, though. If you've got to get it to right back here. It's too late. It took too long. Oh, to be fair, good ball. Oh. Probably the best chance that Stockport would have. Kozia Dubry. He looks good, mate. He looks good. Stockport would have scored one of them chances. That's different. I don't know. With players that they've got on, I won't say that most clinical ever. The type of lads that they've got on. I think that was Stockport's problem last season anyway. They weren't quite clinical enough with chances that they did make. That's a good ball, to be fair. That's a really good ball again. Oh, unlucky. It'd have been hard to bring that down, to be fair. It's chuffing missile. Bubba, thank you for the 2, mate. Thoughts on Blues getting Akpom? It's just crazy, isn't it? It's just getting a bit weird now. You don't understand how Kyogo, Stansfield and Akpom works. I don't think it does. Unless Akpom maybe drops a little bit into like sort of 10. But then you need midfielders that are going to do a lot of dirty work for you. If that's right. Like if they have Stansfield off left, Kyogo up top and Akpom in 10, you need 2 proper serious grafters in middle at park, or you're going to get countered a lot. You're going to have a lot of ground to cover them. But I guess Birmingham are just going to be on front foot all the time anyway, aren't they? You'd expect. But they're going to be rated top, like right to the very top, mate. But thank you, Bubba. I appreciate it. It's just crazy. What did he score when he was at Middlesbrough? With 28 goals. Neebs. I think it was 28 goals he got before he went to Ajax. Nice, Mr. Brighton. Callum, were you your favourite away day yesterday, and what a result for Barnsley as well? I was not, but you are right. It is a very good result. I don't want to do long aways because we're still banned from drinking, I believe, on coaches. That's a great little flick. Oh my God, Bolton are cooking, man. Oh, we're playing these too early as well. Good ball again. Really good ball. Our Bolton not winning. Bloody hell. My God. We've got some really tough games, you know. I mean, we took advantage of Plymouth not being finished article yet, but neither are we. Burton at home we should win, but knowing us we'll probably lose that. And then Bolton, we've got Wimbledon away, Peterborough away. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of teams that you look at and think, oh yeah, they could be playoffs anyway, innit? So, they can't all be good. They can't all win every game. That's a rate. No, he's got to. He's the luckiest man of all time that's offside. The absolute luckiest. Oh, who's that? Fanino, whatever his name is? A Bolton centre half has just missed an open net from, I want to say, 2 yards. That is, they're lucky. I'll tell you, Bolton have been unlucky to a certain extent that they've made a lot and not scored yet. But they've had 2 offsides where McAtee, should have squared it and missed. And then they've had that offside where that defender, Farino, has literally just missed from a yard. I agree. It's a very competitive league this season. Very competitive. Good knock. It's been a good game. This is 0-0. It's been a very end-to-end game. Defensively, not a lot to shout about, though, is there? Oh, it's a foul of away. There's not a lot to say here. In terms of defences looking good. They've both been ripped open over and over and over again. Huddersfield, Barnsley and Bolton to all go up. I had Stockport and Luton to go, but I changed my mind. Man, League One is nuts this season. It is a tough league. But I just can't see Luton not getting promoted, is my thing. I think Huddersfield are more likely to fall off than Luton are. They just keep signing good players like every other day or getting linked to good ones. As they bring Taviden as well, it's just another ridiculous addition. Plus Jerry Yates that didn't start against Wimbledon, which has still won, that are better than majority of players in this league anyway, that they can just sort of add to that squad. If we can beat Bolton third game, oh god. I think League One this year is competitive, but that's because the quality has massively dropped from last year. Birmingham were a freak of nature anyway, but the Charlton team that got promoted, I wouldn't have said is truly that good. I think Wrexham defensively were good, but really poor going forward. I think last season were genuinely weaker than this one in terms of like 3 teams that you just look at and say, yeah, playoffs. Like Barnsley, Huddersfield, Bolton were all awful last season. Peterborough are a side like that normally that were down near bottom. It were more other teams underperforming than sort of, it says Stockport, but some of the other teams that were in and out playoffs that were really good. I think it were more us lot being crap than anything. Whereas we look different this season. I know it's only first game, but Barnsley are a different beast compared to last season. Bolton look really sharp and it's a completely different system. They've got wingers. Huddersfield obviously slapped Leyton Orient first game. I think it could be more traditionally bigger sides at top of this league this year, rather than any sort of like underdog story going on. Challenge on to it, you know it's true. And if it weren't true, you wouldn't have changed your entire starting 11, more or less. Is that not true? Barnes are going to get ripped apart by his wingers. Probably true, but we're not too shabby, mate, going forward. We are not too shabby. And I think Bolton's defence have been carved a little bit so far. Who do you support, Richard? What about Bolton? I'm assuming it's Bolton because the striker thing's been a problem for him, hasn't it? For a bit. Thoughts on Donny? Exeter might be the worst team I've ever watched, but for their sake, I hope it gets better for him. I mean, I've only seen the stats and the highlights of it, and Donny just looked like they absolutely annihilated him. But that's not a new thing. I don't want to be too hard on teams because it's first game. Pardon me. I don't want to be too harsh on them and make like sweeping statements about what a team's going to be like all season when it is one game. But that has been a problem for months for Exeter. That they just get annihilated in games. Oh, Stockport on a rate counter here. Too long. Good ball though. Decent area, but they're not getting enough men forward. Or they're not doing it quick enough, really, Stockport. They're not doing it quick enough. You sleep on Cardiff, but it's more the unknown with Cardiff, thinking of where they're actually going to be. Because I could just look. I know they played a lot of young uns yesterday, and probably no one that started will leave. Maybe Salic, but I doubt it. I don't think they'll have a lot of the starters that go. But that's a very young team. Very young team. that they put out. James, thank you for 2, mate. Top content as ever. Can Grimsby win League 2? Oh, not bad start yesterday, were it? Not a bad start. What would Crawley like, by the way? Because it's just a full new unknown, isn't it, really, with them? Obviously, Lindsay being the manager, I think, is a strong point. But, yeah, first game, you've absolutely slapped them up. Grimsby look good, though. I think, where did I have you? I had you playoffs, didn't I think I had you playoff final losers against Bristol Rovers. But not a bad start, that fella. Not a bad start. I don't know about win it, though. I do think MK Dons just will. Even though they drew first game, that's a great arrow out wide. Good ball. Corner to Stockport. They've started, like, tides have turned a little bit in the last, like, 5 minutes. Stockport look a bit better now. Crawley was shy, so that's fair enough. Just reading stuff. But Crawley, I think you just never know with Crawley, just because of what Lindsay can do with a bunch of, like, nobodies. Good defending, that. Good defending from Bolton. It's a good ball out wide, and all he's got him way up pitch there. Really good. But yeah, I want to go to Grimsby, but I'd like it to be in Cup, because if you're getting promoted, I'm hoping we're not in this shithole ever again. But yeah, I appreciate it, mate. Thank you for the 2. Kiss. Crawley had the first shot on 57th minute. Right, well, that just says it all then, doesn't it? That really ain't good. I guess he's not God, Lindsay, is he? You can only do so much. Thought game started at 30:30. What's it been like? Bolton definitely better side, like definitely. But both defences are getting carved up and way too easy. I just think Bolton's wingers are taking the actual piss. And if they had a serious striker, I think this had arguably been put to bed already. But also, I think Bolton have been unlucky with the offsides to an extent, because there could have been, and probably should have been, 2-0 up if they'd have had better rubber agreement offsides. The real highlights, there's not been a lot of quality in middle, I don't think. The real highlights have been Bolton's wingers so far. Probably rig. Am I coming Vale this season? Probably I will be doing. I've already done it, but I'll do it again. It's not far, is it? I drove there last time. Or did my mate drive? Someone drove. Went on Tuesday night. I bet you 3-1, I think. Thatchers and Sam, not got a clue, mate. I literally don't even watch top divisions in other countries. I watch English football and Europe. That's it. So Swiss football, not got a clue, bro. Sadly. Effort. Good ball. I'll tell you, they're a bit shaky. Stockport, I know Stockport's defence isn't what they're going to play all season, innit? But and I'm not surprised they're getting down wings with chuffing Corey O'Keefe starting for him. And he can't defend to save his life. But they need Oluwu and that Finnish fella. Yeah, I think they'll be getting lobbed straight in. 3-2, you scored a rocket. Oh, Phillips won it. I remember that. Oh, no, I didn't. No, you're on about a different one. I didn't go to that one. I went to a Tuesday night, definitely. Unless that was Tuesday night as well. But I remember Phillips scoring an absolute scream. Oh, unless he scored both. I don't know. Got a ticket to Barnsley away in a couple of weeks. What's a good pub? I mean, I won't recommend going in town. Who would you support? Are you Bolton? There'll be coppers everywhere. Because after, I'm assuming you're a Bolton fan. If you're an Huddersfield fan, I'd know. Because it all kicked off, didn't it, in playoffs, and you're fucking stupid as old bus driver for one of the coaches just pulled up outside one of his main pubs. So you can imagine. I don't think they'll let you in town. Everybody, away fans just go to Metrodome, which is like a top of hill from ground. But you could go to like Dove round, that's an away pub mainly. But I think they'll just try and chuck you in Metrodome. So they don't normally let away fans in town. Unless you're like Burton, do you know what I mean? But any real team, they don't let you in town. Our shape yesterday, we're good. Seriously, we're good. I think we defended quite well. To say it's still just same crop of players, more or less. And I think Dijavinia did all right, but I still think we need a right back and a right centre half. Me. I really do. But Shep looks good, and you can tell there's room to grow there. A lot of room to grow. He's solid. For the age that he is, and not loads of experience yet. He's only been in professional football for like 2 years. He does look the part. I like him. Met Struber after our friendly yesterday. Loved the bloke already. He's a rate boy, isn't he? He's a rate boy. Oh, I'm rooting for Bristol City, you know. I really am. I don't think he'll do anything. I really like it. I really, really like it. Callum, thank you for the £2, mate. Is Arteta gone if he doesn't win out? Oh, probably not, you know. Because I think teams just go on league position as opposed to how well they're doing cup competitions. Champions League's its own thing, but I think if he's crapping 2 domestic cups, I don't think it means out. I think you're going to finish 3rd at worst, aren't you, really? So I just think they'll just keep him forever. You know what I mean? I do just think you'll keep him forever. I like the signings that you've made. I think people are looking into the Gyökeres thing too much, like all the hidden stats. End of the day, striker scores goals. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Thumbs up. You've got a forward in who knows where your onion bag is. So I think that's good. But still not address the left winger situation. I don't think it could though. I don't think he'd ever go, really. I think the only way it ends up going is if you finish somewhere like 6th and you don't get Champions League. Then I could see it happening, but that's just never going to happen. Your team's too good. What a ball! Oh! Stockport probably should be winning there. He's got to do better. Yeah, I think the only way he gets sacked, Arteta, is if you're not in Champions League. But whenever you keep qualifying and whenever you get the millions that you get from being in there, I think they'll just keep him. You know what I mean? But I appreciate the 2, mate. Thank you very much. Don't think Josh Hurley's a left back personally. He's not, is he? But it's just for first game. Like we were very cockeyed. I said this earlier. We were very disjointed just because of the Earl thing. Whereas when Ogbeta plays, McGoldrick will go wide rather than Dunn being wide, and everything will be a lot more fluid. I think with the amount of shit that were going wrong yesterday for us, and we're not the finished article. We don't have a right back. As depth was shocking because of the amount of injuries that we've got. Roberts went off injured. Shepherd had a red card. And obviously we can't start as starting left back because he's on loan from Plymouth. I think we did absolutely brilliant to come out of that against a very tough side in one of the harder games this year. We win. Serious cojones shown by us yesterday. But yeah, I agree. Earl's never been a left back, but he's definitely starting left centre half. He's good. He's good at centre back. LFC Mac 10, thank you for 2, mate. Sam Dombe, right player. Cal. I'm assuming Cal. Yeah, he is. He's quality, isn't he? He is good, Dombe. He took that first goal well, you know, yesterday. A really good cross. Oh, he's got lucky there, but that Bolton wing looks good again. A really good ball in from Rafferty. But he took it well, that. He did take that well. Dombe. Second weren't bad either. You've got to be in them positions to score it, haven't you? I know it were tapping and it was scrappy, but they both count for the same thing. One were a really good finish and one was scrappy as well, but you don't get more goals for the nice one, do you? He's a player, him. I worry for Rotherham in terms that he's the biggest asset by a mile and could just end up leaving on a free in space of like 2 seasons or whatever it is. Because unless they'll have to sell him at the end of this summer. Unless they get promoted, obviously. But they'll probably have to sell him. Otherwise, he's just going to leave on a free year after. But he's a good player. He is a very good player. Would not mind him at town, let me tell you that. But thank you, Mag. I appreciate it for the 2. Legend. Sam is very good. Oh, yeah, Rotherham were shit in second half. How established are Wickham in this league? You absolutely slapped him about yesterday. But Bradford are going to be good at home anyway. But Mike Dodds is an absolutely honkingly shit gaffer. And they've got a £6 million striker that weren't playing because they're going to sell him. So I think they will change everything, more or less. But I'd say they're just going to finish about mid-table, Wickham, this season. So they're going to have a lot of change to deal with. A lot of the best players last season were either loans or Kone. And now that every single one of them is not going to be there, it's a lot to deal with at once. You think we go up if we keep DKD, Connell and Phillips? I mean, DKD and Connell are absolute givens to stay. I still think Phillips were really good yesterday, and I think that's the best game he's had in a while, especially off ball. He put some shit. He put a rate shift in. He was really, really good. But I do think he still leaves. I think we are still due a sale. I know we've made money from external things, like that young'un that's gone to Chelsea from his academy. We're going to get brass for that. Obviously, sell-ons. There's another sell-on coming in with Britain. So we're going to be all right on that front. We've not actually spent anything, really. What we spent, like 200 grand. So I still think we'll make a sale, and I think it probably will be Phillips. But don't get me wrong, I'd love him to stay. I think the depth we've got at middle's crazy. Oh, heavy touch that. But I agree with the second part of what you're saying, or the first part even. I think we're on one. Swear down, bro. I think we're on one. Good run again from this fella in middle. I'm really not impressed with defences here at all. Let me get Stockport up again. Like I said, it's not the team that's going to play for him every week, is it? But they're getting carved about like it's chuffing piece of piss. What pub do you go to when you go to Bolton? As you go a lot, we go to Manchester and then just drink in there and then get the train to Bolton normally. But last time for playoffs, when I went, I drove, so we didn't go to any. Unless I can't remember. I don't think we went to any. Can't remember because we'd already lost, hadn't we, after the first leg. But yeah, we always go to Manchester and then just get training because there's train stops just smack there, innit? Only think we need a right winger though. If Phillips goes, Phillips don't win. Look, yeah, it did look good, but he's done that. He did that last season though, didn't he? He would just naturally drift out wide and then be more of a creator. He's not going to take anybody on, is he, Phillips? But in terms of passing range and stuff like that, it's very, very old school right midfielder as opposed to a winger. But he did look good, Phillips, yesterday. He looked really good. Obviously, goal helps, like scoring that little peach. But he created a lot of chances for us. A lot. But yeah, I do think we'll go back for that Jordan Thomas at Cheltenham. And then we definitely need, I would say, 2 defenders. We don't need them midfield. Stockport! Chance! Is that in? Is it goal? Actual goal. Stockport are winning. God, that was scrappy as all on it. That was shit. That was absolute garbage. I am very, very surprised. If you'd have asked me 2 minutes ago, someone's going in 1-0 up here, I would not have thought it'd have been Stockport. I think Bolton have been best side by a mile, but decent forwards are in right position at right time, aren't they? And Stockport are winning 1-0. I want to see a replay of that. That strike from Norwood would win miles wide, wouldn't it? He's onside. No problem there. The first one that like were straggling around. To be fair, in right position there. I thought that had been finished. And then strike from Norwood is miles onside, isn't he? Because fella's on floor. Yeah, that's really good. Really good little finish that. Little redirector. All patience on ball anyway. Yeah, bang on. Little toe out. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Is this going to update or is it because I've not got it? Is it because I've got it? Oh, no, it's done it there. Oh, that's wicked, that. Oh, my God. This is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Heard that from my house. Barnsley fan that lives in Stockport, legend. Scrappy, but everything counts. True. True. Good half, that. Good half. I know it's only 1-0, and I'd have said the same thing if it were 0-0. That has been a right half, that. Really, really good. Hold on. So it's half time now. Oh, yeah, wicked. Really good half. Right, Blue Kit's next week. Blue Cat is next week. Carl, just a heads up for your prediction video. Hull appeal is being heard this week. Feeling around the club as it's going to be suspended, reduced massively our scrapping talent. Oh, that's good then. That's good then. Now, Blue Cat is next week, boys. So, half-time, Stockport 1, Bolton 0. Very surprising. Let me go and get the stats up. Because Bolton were better side. We've got to keep it a book, haven't we? Stockport were definitely better side in that game. So, well, in that half especially. 7 shots to 4. Possession fairly even. I do just think the wingers for Bolton have been cooking, in fairness. Especially that lad on right, that Cozier, whatever his name is. He's looked really sharp, that fella. But defensively, these are both toss. Like, absolutely toss. Really poor. Which makes me feel good, in fairness, because Barnes is the same. I've not seen any defence yet, apart from probably Luton's, really, that aren't being tested that much. Like, they've got a lot of depth and the Luton in defence, but they've got the best one that I've seen so far from, 4 games. Look good. Seems to look good. Also, boys, just a quick thank you to my sponsor, Match Bingo. If you use the top link in my description and you deposit £5 and you get £10 for free, it is 18 plus, obviously, only. And next week it starts for Championship. So, Birmingham Ipswich first game, I will be on that shit. But it's worth it. It's a free tenner in it if you put a £5 on. So, if anybody that likes a flutter, there's a link at the top of the description, boys. Kiss. Of the Millers, have you changed your mind on Rotherham? No. I have filmed my EFL route, well, part of it. I've got to do this one after the game's done. I've filmed it for tomorrow, and I think you had a really good first half, but it does worry me, like, what Rotherham were playing like its second half against 10 men. And I still think you lack creativity. I really do. Like, everybody keeps using the, oh, yeah, we've got Joe Powell who created most in league. That's fair enough, but then once you look at every other player on pitch, there's nothing. So if Joe Powell gets marked out at game, you're not having a shot all game, are you? You know what I mean? And against better sides, they will just have you. A good win, don't get me wrong, good win. Because Port Vale, I think, are an half-decent side. As shown by the second half, especially when you're going up against 10 men and they were really good. But it's a good win for Rotherham. That's all that matters in it. First couple of games, you're not bothered how you're playing. You just want to win. Thoughts on Huddersfield, they're going to be rated top. Right to the very top, mate. We didn't pay a fee for Barry's loan when we agreed to delay the payment. EFL put a free window fee restriction ban. We are appealing and results should be heard before first game of the season. Do you worry for yourselves? Do you worry for Hull? Like, genuinely. Seen Burton's Charlie Webster. I saw his goals yesterday. We did last year though, weren't he? We could be on course for the first weekend to have 0 draws in League One. Oh my god, you're right. Oh yeah, even Luton on Friday night. What a stat. How rare's that? To be fair, I don't think I predicted that many. I had Burton Mansfield that I thought would be one. And Rotherham. But I believe that were it. Well, I've got this as a 1-1. To be fair, on my actual thing at bottom that you can see there. I should have just stuck with my Stockport thing, shouldn't I? I should have just stuck with Stockport. Even though I think Bolton have been better side, I should have done. I really should have. Have you been to Northampton? I have. Well, I've got a little story for that, actually. Let me get that up. I went to Northampton, Rick Duff season. Thinking about it now. Or maybe it's second year. Anyway, we won 2-1 and Styles scored a screamer on volley. And I'd not met our lass at that point, like my current girlfriend I want to buy an house with. I'd not met her at that point, and I was just talking to her at the time. And I asked her for a score prediction and I was going to put a bet on, and she got result right, so it won me like 200 quid. So that's when I knew this woman can make me money. So that's the only attribute she's got going for her. I take that back. I'm in trouble now. Shouldn't have said that. But yeah, I've been to Northampton and we won. So my deal is with some of these like teams that are quite far away and ones that aren't like, wow, I really want to go to Northampton. Teams like that. If I've been and I've won, I'm not going again. Unless there is something online. You said Stevenage Blackpool will be 1-1. I think I said 2-1 Blackpool, I believe. Oh yeah, I said current as well. Oh, I'm in trouble. You know what I mean, lads. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Afternoon, Cal. When are the championship predictions coming out? On Tuesday, mate. They're coming out on Tuesday. Let me just get this up. I've got to address this. What's first goal should never have been disallowed. If you rag someone's shirt/arm to the floor, it's a foul. You know what I mean? Your best footy edit's on my Instagram. She's on there. I've not tagged her just because people used to message her being weird. But yeah, I've not tagged her, but you can see what she looks like, I guess. Yeah, what's first goal? There were, and I want to say this in right order. There were wrestling with each other on the run, but then Shepherd/Roberts, whoever it were, let go of him, and Watts grabbed his arm and logged him to the floor. So that's a very clear foul. The thing that I agree with from Plymouth's perspective is I think that Cooper should have been booked. It weren't a red card, like when Watts got clattered into by keeper. It's never a red card in a million years because you've got 2 defenders stood with him, so it was never going to be a red card. But I do think it should have been a yellow. But that's the only thing that I agree with Stockport fans on. Because at the same time, we had Shepherd sent off and could have very easily lost that game for 0 fouls on Shepherd. 0. To get the ball blasted at you from an inch and to give a card for it is disgusting. The refs were absolutely dog shit and it was for both sides. Absolutely arse. Absolute dog. Really don't know. When's the earliest you were up and latest you got home for an away day? Earliest I got up was, I think we might have set off at 5. When I went to Plymouth away a couple of years ago now, we won 3-0. Like, that's what I don't want to go back because it's just that good. I don't want my memory tainting. But yeah, I think we set off at 5 to Plymouth before. And the latest I've ever got back, I believe it was something like 4 in the morning from Ipswich on a Tuesday night. Because there were chuffing roadworks all the way home. And Plymouth's like 4.5 hours one way anyway. Ipswich even. But yeah, there's been some slogs, man. Goodness me. There's been some slogs. That Bradley Ibrahim yesterday is a good player. He is good. We were on at Crawley, weren't he? Oh, God, he was close there. I'm telling you, Corey O'Keefe's lucky that he's not been ragged off pitch for that. Very, very lucky. James, I think it's just the graphics, man. That's what I think it is. We're just grinding. He does. That winger for that fella for Bolton does look the real deal, mate. It does look the real deal. What's your favourite goal so far? The Phillips one, easily. You get pissed and hung over by the time you get to Plymouth. I mean, that is true. That is genuinely true. But you've just got to keep drinking, like you said. Once you stop drinking, like that's when I've had hangovers before. Like I've had hangovers at the game because I've just had too much before. But it's when you stop, because obviously you go if you don't have a drink at the game, then you're going like 2 hours nearly without a drink. And when you've been drinking, you need to keep going. I wouldn't recommend this, by the way. Just don't drink, guys. It's probably not like the best advice you've ever heard. You must carry on drinking or you will get an hangover. But you just got to delay it for as long as you can. And I think I've learnt my lesson now. Half-time pint is an actual like requirement if you're going on a away day. Otherwise, you're just going to get an hangover when you're even there. Why a mullet? It's not a mullet. It's a burst fade, mate. It's not a mullet. If it were a mullet, it'd be a lot longer and it'd start curling round. And I don't want to look like a scruff. Respectfully. Who's the best player you've witnessed in person? Got to be De Bruyne. I'll tell you what, when I went to AC Milan game, Theo Hernandez were crazy. But he was so much better than everyone. And for a left back, that is wild. But he was nuts, him. I'm just gonna keep reading comments. This is great. Free kick from Corwell were a beauty. It were. That were really good. That is a crazy statement. Cardiff probably will the League One. I disagree. I don't think they will the League One. In fairness, I don't think they'll win league. They've got a young squad, and let's see what they're like at the end of this transfer window, Cardiff. But I think there's a lot of changes that could be happening with him. In fairness, my friend has a mullet and he looks like a right knob. Well, I wouldn't know, but I ain't got a mullet, so you know what I'm saying. Middlesbrough trying to hijack the Akpom deal. They ain't got as much money as Birmingham, so I can't see that one either. To be fair. Mullet in my eyes, Cal, absolute nonsense. Just join the stream. Updated score prediction here. Yeah, well, yeah, I've gone for 1-1 as opposed to 2-1 before the game. But I only had that on because I saw Stockport's lineup before, and I just think they've got so many players missing. And also, I do think that were backed up by out games gone because Bolton should be winning. But I stand by what I'm saying at bottom of the screen. I think this will end a draw. Like, Bolton will definitely score here, I would say. McBurney back to Blades, what do you reckon? I don't know what your obsession is, Sheffield United's, with just signing lads that you've had before. I really don't get it. But Jimmy, if you know Blades Ramblers, I'm assuming you do. He's got some good connections to people very, very high up in club. And he said, well, he said in his own video, didn't it? McBurney's looks quite likely. You're going to get some foreign lad, I forgot where he said. And then you're after a League One lad that can play across or can play across multiple positions in front three. So you need a lot of boys in Sheffield United, in fairness. You do need a lot of fellas in. But you've been quite good in pre-season, haven't you? So I don't think you're too far away. Like, I'm glad I've postponed my predictions, because if I'd have done mine last week, I think I'd have had Sheffield United like a bit further down than what I truly believe now. Especially if you keep Hamer, then I think Sheffield United are like, they're looking alright again for more heartbreaking playoffs, I think. That Colchester goal's a screamer. Really enjoyed these live streams for someone so young. Got a ton of knowledge, but Seabroom yesterday, 18k for a friendly. What? 18k for a friendly? Okay, no. I'm also 25. I know, like, youth and beauty are definitely on my side, but I'm 25 and not like 14. But yeah, 18k for a friendly is just weird. That's quite strange. I don't actually think I've ever been to a Barnsley friendly. Ever. I like going to games that like mean something. To be fair, I've said that, and I'm a sucker for like a Carabao Cup first rounder, in fairness. You know, Tuesday night, it's like, oh, we're not doing out, so me and like 3 of my mates will all just go. Because it's like £10 a ticket. I can go and get me chicken balls and curry sauce from ground, and it's like, it's an absolute vibe. But so I can't really say that I go to competitive games when Carabao Cup first round Fleetwood at home, I will be there. But 18k for a friendly is nuts. Leeds sold out the ground for a friendly, but that's just all like Leeds fans from Barnsley and Donny that don't go to normal games that want to just go and take a photo to prove that they've been to the ground. That's what that is. That's what Leeds' obsession is. And to say that there were like 10,000 empty seats, 10 years ago when they were shit, that's crazy, really. It really is crazy. 10 million people on a waiting list, but ground's half empty when they're crap. I think Famous Birthday still says that. I don't know if you've got to contact them or something to change it. But if you think I'm sending an email to Famous Birthdays, like what kind of ego is that? No, get my things right on this website. I shouldn't be on there. Thoughts on Vaz Tate, one of the best players I've ever seen in my life from Barnsley. I genuinely, I cannot stress how much I loved that fella. Especially at the time, because I was like, what, 13? I'd imagine something like 12, 13. We had a good season that year. We had some great players. If we'd have invested in January, we'd have probably got playoffs in that season that West Ham went up. I think it was 13, something like that. But I loved him. I can't. He's one of my favourite players ever. I think for the time we were actually here and my pure memories of him, I think he is my favourite footballer of all time. Ricardo Vaz Tate. And he played, I'm going to say 20 games for Barnsley. Scored an hat-trick against Leeds. Oh my God, he was the absolute man. It went to West Ham in January, didn't it? Scored another head kick against Barnsley. They absolutely annihilated us, like 4-0 or something at our place. Scored another head kick, turned around, does this at Ponty End, and then scores winner at Wembley. He's an absolute hero. Absolute hero, Vaz Tate. Did Urian play for Plymouth? Yeah, he started his career there. That's where we got him from. Urian went Plymouth, Barnsley, Villa, and then the loans to like Swansea, Sheffield United, and then he went to Derby, and then back to us. Back home to Reds. Back home. Why have I been put on... Hold on. What's happening here? I've been put on chuffing Celtic. Hello? I don't want Celtic. This game better not started. Where's the game gone? Hello? The game's been taken. It's not even just. I'm on Now TV. I don't want to watch fucking Celtic. Get that knob off my screen and all. Hello? So I click the EFL tab. I click Stockport vs Bolton and it takes me to live SPFL at Falkirk vs Dundee. Sky swap game to Sky. Well, I don't, buddy. I don't know how I get on there. Does Now TV have that? Because if not, I'm turning the stream off. But I don't have Sky Sports Plus. I have Now TV. Guys. How do I get that on? What's going on? Sports Sunday? No. I've actually been done. Game started. Absolute woke nonsense. I've got an idea. We'll start game on one channel and then take it off you. That's brilliant, that is. Plus is on Now TV, but how? How do I get how? How do if I click on the sports tab? Right, I'm gonna have to like risk it here. Hold on, guys. Right. So if I I don't want to click anything, but if I scroll down here, go on EFL, and I click on that, then it comes up with the Celtic game. Like, what do I need to press to have the plus come up? It should be under EFL football. Yeah, but if I press that, then it comes up with something that it's not. One sec, guys. Click it again. See, I'm back on this. What the hell's going on? It's halfway down. What, on sports? Game's gone. Go on live TV and scroll down. Watch live on Sky. It's on the Sky Plus section of Now TV. It's not there for me, guys. Am I going crazy? It's not there for me. That doesn't exist. That literally don't exist. Oh, live TV. Hold on. Oh, we're back, guys. Everybody, calm down. Guys, don't worry. We've got it back, guys. Don't worry. Amateurs. You all amateurs. I found it, boys. Guys, it's all right. It's all right. But I am out of sync now. I need to manual clock and then go 47. What am I on? 47:20. Hold on. Hold on. Right, okay, nice. We are so back. Guys, the quality has never been higher. Truly. You would not get this anywhere else. You really won't. Now TV, bag of shit. I mean, it's mainly Sky's fault, because why put it on and then change channel at half time and not only that, but not tell me until 2 minutes before it starts. You could have done it as soon as it were half time. Gee-bus. Big Kev's a right boy. He needs to send me some brass though. He's a good fella. Thank you, Struggers, mate. I would disagree though. You really do this for a living, I know. I could have fooled myself, mate. I really could. EFL dislike, one more from you and you're done. Neebs. Corner Stockport. Has there been any changes, by the way, lads? Any changes? Good knock. Have a look. Any chance? No substitution symbol. No substitution symbol. So I highly doubt there's been subs unless I've missed something. How can you, James? This has been a good game, mate. This has been a good game. You can't even disagree. Even before goal, this has been, as far as the 0-0 goes, this is top. This is top draw, mate. Can you get match day vlogs, Cal, occasionally when you do big games at home or away? Respectfully, mate, no. Good ball. Ooh. No. The only way that I'd ever want to do something like that is if we're in Premier League and I'd want like an actual cameraman. Like, I'm not just going to be, I'm not doing this. Hey guys. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I don't have an add button. It does it on itself. And also, you can change, I looked into this because people said about it. You can change the frequency that ads come up, and I've got it on the lowest setting because I want the optimal viewing experience. So I've got it on the lowest setting. So that. I don't think VAR would ever be in EFL. Like, genuinely. I don't think it would be accepted. We don't want a Barnsley Fogden. True. Very true. How's Noel got a 7.3 rating, by the way? Spam ads. Why? Why would you want me to spam ad? Then you can't watch anything if I'm just sat spamming it like that. I don't use a Fire Stick. Practice my commentary. It might be on TV one day. They can't afford me. Respectfully. Why is Tom Cleverley there? Tom Cleverley has come from Plymouth all the way to Manchester day after the game to watch this. I mean, they're playing Bolton next week, aren't they? But he must have flown up. There's no way he's driving up there. Bolton next 6 League One games: Plymouth, Barnsley, Reading, Lincoln, Blackpool, Wimbledon. That is a start, that is a start. No idea, FPL Caleb. Not got a clue because obviously I'm watching Now TV. You've just all seen me do it. You've all seen me. You all saw me bring it up. God, if I had a misclick then, immediately sent to Gulag. Come on, ref. Bloody hell. I wonder who'll be the first. That made no sense. I'm just going to shut up. I'm going to say I wonder who the first team is to lose. What? I wonder out of the big lads who the first one is to lose. But Plymouth lost yesterday. So. Chatting with my mates last night who finishes either Pompey or Derby. I would probably say Derby, but I still think Portsmouth will be more than fine. Is that a corner? And it's a goal kick. Do you reckon it's a good time to play Cardiff third game of season? I think you want to get your bigger you want to get your bigger lads out at way before they've got all the lads in. You know what I mean? I'd rather play teams like Cardiff and Plymouth and Huddersfield than that now. Well, not so much Huddersfield because they've got all the lads in, but like definitely Cardiff, Plymouth, Luton. I would rather play them now than on 1st of September when they've got all the team in. Do you know what I mean? Who do you think first League One manager will be to go? Ooh. That's quite good. But I wouldn't know. Would I think I'd have a really tough start? I actually wouldn't know. Like, genuinely. I do think if Plymouth don't give Cleverley the backing that he needs, I think Cleverley could be in a bit of trouble. But he is a good manager anyway. But I'm trying to think of other like bigger sides that could start really slow. Blackpool will be fine. Rotherham won't sat theirs if they're doing half decent. None at promoted sides probably will. I don't think Exeter had sat theirs. I don't think Northampton would. I really want not Wigan won't. Barnsley definitely won't. I don't know. I've actually just got no idea. Oh yeah, Wickham. Wickham's a shout. Oh yeah, Wickham's probably the answer actually. Because I just think they'll be crap. Mike Dodds is ass. I genuinely is, and I'm not just saying it. I ain't got a vendetta against Mike Dodds, but he's just a crap gaffer. Wigan won't, no way. Some of these lads have been about like for years at the teams, or either that or they're very new and have got like quite a big reputation. So I don't think they'll be sacked. Ranking League One teams based on manager safety. I don't know about that one. I might do ranking just the managers in general. I've got to think because I'm going on holiday again in like 2.5 weeks. I'm only going for 5 nights, but still I've got to have stuff pre-recorded and done that don't rely purely on like what's the word? Recency. I mean, I need stuff that can be watched like whenever that won't run out of date in space of 2 days. Huddersfield going to piss league. Where do you think Birmingham finish in championship? Defo top 4, I would say. Malta, baby. Bit of a counter here for Stockport, but they've not got loads of men forward. And he's bought foul though. He did well there to buy that. You think Heckingbottom first manager sacked in champ? Nah, I'm not feeling that one. I'm really not. Well, Wednesday went sat theirs. I think Hull like to shoot gun a bit too early, don't they? Probably Hull. Holiday Barnsley Watchalong, no chance. No chance. I'm hoping one at pubs that we go to will just put it on for us. It's Wimbledon away on Saturday, so I'm hoping they'll just stick it on for us if we're going to some pub and ask nicely. I'm not doing a vlog, bro. Nah. A video reacted to Mark Goldbridge again. Away days, yeah, but I can't rank away days I've not been until Ben, can I? Really? Good ball. Toast, I'm not even that bad, bro. Swear down, I've not even been that bad. No chance daylight time. That's just Rob Edwards. No, I do genuinely quite like him as a manager. I know a lot of people don't, but I quietly rate him, but not with the crop of players that he's got at Middlesbrough. It's to play a completely different style of football than what he's gonna do. So I doubt it. Oh, it's good defending again. Thing is, I'm about to say something. I think Bolton have been better defensively. I think Bolton have been better going forward, and Stockport are winning. Gonna cruise for entire international break. Lucky man. No, I don't rate Borough's chances at all, really. Borough starting right back in Big 25 is Luke Ayling. Yeah, but they're about to get Callum Britton in, aren't they? That's a nice little knockout from Norwood, to be fair. He's quality in it. Where did Sheffield United get Norwood from? Rick Bury? At time. He's a Manchester boy, isn't he? I'm sure he is, Norwood. I've done that, ASFX, mate. If you beat Sheffield United opening day, I'll be delusional. Yeah, I won't blame you either. You've got to believe. I'll tell you what, I've said this so many times. If you do not have some slight delusion with your own club and some belief that you can do something before the season starts, what's point? Like Wednesday are an absolute circus. But even if I were a Wednesday fan, I would go into the season thinking we might be able to snag fourth bottom and survive. Or go on a cup run or just summit. Otherwise, if you've got no hope, why bother? Who's going to win biggest trophy at lot? The EFL trophy. Probably Peterborough. I reckon it'll be a Peterborough and Wigan job, that one. Oh, Bolton chance. Oh, God, he skied it, McAtee. No composure. No composure. Come on, man. I mean, first touch is poor there. That's worse bait. That first touch has got away from him too much. He had to take second step. You couldn't do that as Ipswich fans under McCarthy with that bot. Yeah, but you stayed up like a lot of years in a row, didn't you? With him. I know it was, it's like, don't get me wrong, it was crap football, weren't it? And I've just got some bias to Mick McCarthy because he's a Barnsley man. But he went down season after he sacked him. It can. Decent ball. Oh. Am I doing Prem predictions this year? No. Oh, I'll do a video like predicting table, but I'm not doing like weekly ones. I'm doing weekly ones for League One at Champ. Hopefully though, there might be something that I can tell you on Tuesday. I'm not doing a live Tuesday, am I? My next live is... Well, I've got one Monday, but then there's something happening on Tuesday. Next Thursday, I might have something to say. But I don't know. I won't know until then. But something that could just change everything, really. And I'd have to change schedules and there'd just be a lot going on. But I won't know until Tuesday. I quite like Mothersill. He's been sharp, hasn't he? Mothersill's been sharp. Yeah, it's just there dormant, that one with me, Toby and Scaife. I think the idea were right. The execution probably not, because I'm the one editing it, and I'm just very... I'm not good at editing. I do very, very basic, simple cuts and pictures of it top. I'm not good, and I can't. Also, I can't be asked to edit to a high level. I don't want to learn something like that. Why? What's point? But that, I think the idea of that was good, but the execution weren't really. What did I think of the game yesterday, mate? I said it a few times. I think your defense is horrendous, but I don't think you're honestly that far off. I really don't. If you get a striker and like a couple new defenders, I think you'll be fine. Plymouth. You created a fair bit. But the thing that separated us both, I thought, with our midfield's just much better than yours, I would say. But you're not finished article yet, are you? I really don't think you're that far off. Same with darts, yeah, honestly true. Yeah, that Owen Moxon's good. He's good. Norwood's good. But I won't sit it. And to be fair, I think Bolton midfield is maybe better than ours. But I don't think I'd take many from this page. Good chance here from Bolton. He's going to slide that. Oh, is it post? Is it, lad? Oh, for Aaron as well. Oh, my God. Two very, very good efforts there. They've been unlucky. Bolton are sending some fellas out now. I think they've sent a couple to warm up, haven't they? I'm very surprised that ain't gone in. I don't know why he didn't slide it first. You know the first lad that hit post? Because that's a rate effort. But that's second in. Not far off. Oh, God, not the midfield argument. I know. And it's the most annoying thing is that last season it was like awful as. But we look different this time. We really do. And his depth's like really good. We've got 6 that I think would start for genuinely. At least one of them would start for like every team in the league, I would say. Even like we've got 3 kids that are like playing. Yoga, Nathan Bland and this Kelly we've brought in. They all look sound. They look really good. The defence is poor and his best defender and keeper are injured, but yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, your captain, that 44, were absolutely horseshit. Really crap. But going forward, I rate you going forward. I really do. If you got somebody on end to finish him, you're fine. Luke O'Connell priming coming. I mean, based off yesterday, mate, bloody hell. He were absolutely top draw. This time is different every time. True, again, true. But no, but thing is, I've been kidding all these other years. I mean it this time. That's what it is. Cooper were good, yeah, he were. That's never a foul. Bolton need a striker, don't they? Like badly. That's a decent idea. Oh, he's done well to get on that. I do just think when I watch Stockport, right, they can always just get him sent out of trouble a lot of time. I feel like I want to say the word lucky, but it's not. How they do ride it sometimes. Oh yeah, ref was shit for both sides. I tell you what, Bolton are the best side by a mile. How they're not winning this? Oh, I don't think that's even close to being a pen. It's quite poor defending. Nah, McAtee shouldered him, if anything. I think it's a foul for Stockport, if anything, there. It's just 50-50. There's nothing wrong with that. Barnsley very similar to Charlton, it feels like. I hope Barnsley do it this year. Thing is, you still last season, even though you've made a lot of changes, last season Charlton were miles and miles better than what we are right now defensively. Like absolutely miles better. Yeah, I'm doing. There's one coming out tomorrow, Ben. Absolutely streets ahead of what we are defensively. But I also think we're twice as good as what you were last season going forward. So it evens itself out. But I really don't think we're too far away from being right at top. And these two have both impressed me in fairness. These are going to be top 6 teams. Definitely, both of these. They're really good. But I really don't think we're out of that conversation when looking at this. I do think Bolton look a cut above. But ultimately, Stockport are winning. So It might just be the home aspect for Akpom. But I'd have thought if Birmingham have gone in for him properly, they will offer more money. So. Tell you what, I'm hungry. Decent ball. Fairly lucky with bounce. Oh, he's done well there to skip him though. Good ball again. Looking alright, Bolton. They've not done a great deal. Apart from that one chance, they've not done a great deal at second half. They were much better in first. It's just... Oh, that's unlucky. I don't know if that's a... Oh, come on. I'm not sure if that's a foul. That has summed us up, Jane. That has summed us up, mate. The refs are crap. The refs are absolute shite. That's not new. They've always been crap. And I do think to a certain extent it is right what people say, like it will just even itself out. But you never do feel like that, especially when you're in middle of season. You never really sit there and think, oh yeah, that's true. Especially when you get hard done by. Like yesterday, even though we got absolutely shafted, and I do think it went more in Plymouth's favour, they sat there saying that we had all decisions from ref. You know what I mean? So nobody's ever happy with anything. That's a rate ball. Is he on? Oh, I'm lucky. I need to get accustomed with names of some new lads as well and where they're playing and what general vibe is with them. So obviously there are a few new lads coming in, especially Bolton lads. You had all decisions but got a red card. But that's like quite a big thing. You can't have all the decisions and have a red card. Get it in. Decent knock. Oh, good defending there. What Sky Sports Plus event number is it on? I've absolutely no idea, mate. To be fair, it took me ages to find it. I'm on Now TV, so if you go on the live TV and just scroll down, it's on there. But I couldn't tell you what it's on. It's on Sky Sports Plus, I think. Yeah, the thing, George, right? You're saying that, but let me get that up actually. Where is it? So we're actually worried about Bolton this season. Could see him challenging us for top 2 easily. See, my thought process as a Barnsley fan, genuinely, is we look good. We really do, and I think we'll score loads of goals. But I just look at other teams in this division, like Huddersfield and Luton mainly, and think we'd have to be absolute freaks to get past them. You know what I mean? I think the points tally for the actual autos is going to be ridiculous. I think we'd have to get, genuinely, at least 90 points to maybe finish second. I really do. I think there'll be a couple teams at top that have just got like boatload of points. That's what worries me. Decent little knock. Oh, to come backwards though, I didn't need to then. They like playing forward though, Bolton, which I like. This is very different in terms of obviously personnel and formation and everything. But just the general vibe of Bolton, they're a lot more direct than last season, aren't they? Especially under Everett, they're just fanny about it for ages at back. The back three would have so much at ball, non-stop sideways, whereas now they're a lot keener to get forward quicker. Especially with midfield. The midfield wants to either give it to each other or go forward a bit rather than just straight back to defence and sideways and all that. I really, really like Bolton so far. Nathan Lowe's coming on. That's a rate sub. Jesus Christ. Looks like high quality top end of League One will probably take a lot more points to get top 2. It just scares me. It just scares me the thought of it. 80 to get playoffs. Honestly, maybe. The year that Ipswich and Plymouth went up top 2, There were Wednesday, Barnsley, Bolton, and Peterborough. I think Bolton in fifth had like 82 or something. I mean, they are big tallies, but I don't think I see. I disagree with that. I don't think the playoffs itself will be that many because I think there's a lot of teams that are all going to take points off each other. I think there'll be a lot of teams from like fifth downwards, but I think the top two are going to really, really pull away, or top three or four that could challenge it. Maybe Bolton are in there, but I think you're looking at 90 to get second. That is a rate ping out wide. That is a fantastic ball. Oh, I need to get it in though. That were a bit sharp. To play FPL, not normally, but we're doing a forfeit, me and my mates this year to make sure that we play it. So I will this time properly. Normally I just turn it off when I get Monk on. Like, because some of my mates are weird. You know, them that like watch YouTube and Twitter and all this, like, oh, come on. Like, come on. If you can't just play FPL without like, oh, nah. Just nah. Not for me. It's a bit weird, that. Wrexham could easily drop through leagues. I think they will. I think they'll go to League 2. I don't think they've ever been in League 2 in their history as well. But that'd be fun. I don't want to see them go bust. I just want to see them just get relegated every year. The most surprising result yesterday, I think Barnsley's probably up there for a lot of people. But Stevenage at Blackpool as well. Burton won 2-1. Yeah, but that's sort of like you could see any result going there. I don't think that's surprising. I don't think anybody had Stevenage winning away at Blackpool. And Stevenage are a good side. And very, very, very few people would have had Barnsley winning away at Plymouth. But we were every favourites, you know. On I looked on Bet365 before when I was like cooking up an acca. Not I couldn't put it on, obviously. And we were heavy favourites. I was like, what? What's happening there? Yeah, Bristol Rovers losing at home to Harrogate were quite shocking, especially when I saw stats. I had Bristol Rovers in my last man standing, so just another fiver pissed in wind, innit? Not surprising Peacock Farrell was in goal. That's honestly true. I'll tell you what, Murphy Cooper looks the bollocks in Al Barnsley's fella. Lows on one here. Oh, quite a dodgy first touch, though. Bad for a result, I got that bang on, so obviously no. Thoughts on Shepherd Red, disgusting. I have seen Burton's goals, second one especially, were really nice. Sheffield versus Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, it annoys me that when people call them, especially Sheffield United, because at Premier League in recent years, like all Premier League normies just call them Sheffield, don't they? It's just weird. Who we playing today? London. London versus London in the London derby. Come on, Bolton, you gotta give me something soon. Gaskoshi Yaka. Oh, they've lost a lot of players and the Bristol Rovers, but I do definitely think they'll be playoffs, especially with Clark. Like it's quite a simple man, innit? I'm a simple man. That Barnsley sticker I have. But I think that works in them leagues. Well, that league and lower. He's getting his card out for him there, isn't he? Atmosphere's been flat. Well, I've got I can vaguely hear the audio, but not properly because obviously I can't have it on while I'm watching. But I thought it had been up for it. I do think it is hard generally to get up for a 12 o'clock Sunday. But this has got like some spice with this, and it's surely Stockport and Bolton. They're both over that way. And both going to be near top. You'd think it's got a bit more about it. But also, I will say, from Bolton's perspective, it's impossible to make noise when you've not got a roof on your head. It's impossible. Like you can hear each individual clap when you stood in that away end. Whereas obviously when you're enclosed, it carries a bit more. But it's nah, you can't make an atmosphere in that away end for Stockport. Which honestly, as daft as it seems, that might be part of the reason that they were so good at home. Because you just can't hear it away end. They've done well there though. Keep running. Maybe a chance for Bolton here, but he is doubled up on it, wing. Good ball. Hit it, lad. Oh. He's a ball. This winger that they've got from Brighton's a raid player. He is good, him. Oh, God. What a waste. Stockport will take that all day, though. All day. Do you reckon gap between League 2 and 1 is bigger than League 1 and Championship? No way. I think the gap just gets bigger the further up every table in pyramid you probably go. Max Conway's come off. They've brought 2 on Bolton. Scott, thank you for £2, mate. I appreciate it. Cardiff average age was under 22 yesterday. They look very tidy. You had one player on pitch that were like 27, didn't you? And he were oldest by a mile. I was surprised. I must admit, Scott, I was surprised with the team that you put out. But they held their own, didn't they? A lot of them young ones, especially that right back. And I said this earlier. It's easy to say that when he scored a screamer in it and he scored a winner. But honestly, everything about him, his general game, he does look a player. He really does look a player, that fella. But thank you for £2, mate. I appreciate it. And it's only a good thing. I think your crowds can be good. Obviously, you're a one-team city anyway, and you're a capital, so you should have good crowds. But like when you've got a lot of young lads that's come through your academy, I feel like people want to go a bit more. People are more inclined to go, and it's more exciting. Plus, you'll be winning most weeks, so I think your attendances will be better anyway. Like a lot of Birmingham fans couldn't grasp the idea last season that their attendances were better because they were in League 1. And they were saying, yeah, but this is worse for being in ages. But it's a lot easier to go and support a winning team than a losing one. You know what I mean? Every team that does well in League 1, your attendances are going to be better than if you're getting absolutely tonked in Championship every week. That's a bad foul and all. Some daft challengers going in here. Bellamy rates him, should get minutes for Wales too. He does look good. He looks good, that young'un. Cardiff did look good in certain spells yesterday. Yeah, Bradford's attendances have always been good. It's another one-team city, innit? Bradford's attendances have been good for years. Since the ticket pricing were obviously really good a few years ago, that were a really good decision, that, to get a lot of younger people and people that just generally might not have gone if tickets weren't so cheap at time to go. And then once you're in, aren't you? You're addicted then. You're hooked. You're not going to stop going then once you've started. But one-team cities, you'd expect to be getting stupid attendances in. Oh my God, right, I'm not reading that one out. William, that is genuinely a very good video. But trying to title that's quite hard. Ball. Oh my God. A lot of wastefulness with both sides, isn't there? A lot of wastefulness. Huddersfield best team in game week 1? Yeah, probably. Because Leyton Orient are going to be no mugs either. I do agree with that. ASFX edits. I do agree with that. Charlton's attendances are good. But then I feel like you've also got to take into account that it's London. And there's 10 trillion people there. So a lot of London sides have got good attendances. But it's because it's London. Like Ethan Erhan's come on as well for Bolton as well. Yeah, their bench is just crazy. There's no real downfall in personnel on pitch for Bolton when they make subs. How many did Barnsley bring to home games? How much did it drop from Championship to League 1? It dropped. The biggest drop the first time that it happened. And we probably, I'm assuming we get like 13 in now. It'll be lower this season because of how crap we've been recently. But if we start quite well, I think we averaged 13 last season. But I assume now, obviously, with them, because again, the population of this place just keeps going up, doesn't it? Like everywhere in the world. So I imagine if we get promoted now, I would say our average attendances, including away end, obviously, because it's massive, I think we'd probably average like 15, 16, something like that if we go up. But this season, it'll probably be like 12 for Barnsley. But again, there's context with a load of different teams, though, isn't there? Like, someone like Stockport, for example, I think their attendances are really good because you've got Man United and Man City sat on your doorstep. So theirs is really impressive. I do think Barnsley's And Huddersfield's are really good. Because Barnsley and Huddersfield, we've got Leeds 2 minutes up road. Barnsley have got Wednesday and Leeds sandwiched between us. So there's a lot of teams in Yorkshire as well. A lot of Midland sides do quite well for themselves because there's that many big ones around there as well. But yeah, I do agree. Charlton's do generally impress me. But I think Huddersfield's, like all things considered, Huddersfield's a massive, massive place, by the way. And I'm surprised that it's not actually a city or classed as a city. But everything considered, I think Huddersfield's attendances do impress me the most, really. She's got a lot of teams around here. But saying that, Huddersfield is absolutely mad. It's like huge, the place. Wigan do well for clubs around them, do they? Don't Wigan get like 6k? I get what you mean though. There's obviously a lot of Greater Manchester and all them boys around there. I'm trying to think who else like really, really impressed me. Yeah, Port Vale are good. In fairness, Huddersfield's biggest town in England. Yeah, it's effectively a city, innit? Bolton are going to have to start risking a little bit more soon. It won't surprise me if Stockport get a second, you know. I mean, I've said that, and Lowe's quite slow, and Jesus, he's bought that foul well. I thought Lowe had a bit about him, pace-wise, that is. He was chuffing knackered. He's only just come on. Wigan do not get 10k. Come on. Come off it, man. Let me have a look at this. 24-25. Wigan last season. Wigan actually get 10k. That's crazy. I'm so surprised. I thought Wigan were like a lot lower than that. What season before? Oh, fair enough. They're in between like 9 and 10. Fair enough. I stand corrected. I'm genuinely surprised at that. I thought Wigan were a lot lower. Fairs. Actually, fairs. Reading's biggest intercity. No, I do think Huddersfield is biggest town in England. One of my mates said that to me before. I thought sure it was Huddersfield. Wigan's massive away end though. Yeah, but you can only use that as a point, right, for attendances in Championship, because teams in League One don't fill it ever. I mean, ball. Oh. I genuinely reckon, looking at Wigan this season, I would say Bolton will fill it, and maybe Stockport take 3k, but no one else will fill that away end. So you can't use that as an argument for attendances, because you're like 90%, 99% home fans with the League One attendances. Huddersfield has a similar population to Barnsley. I don't know how though. I really don't know how. All the like catchment area that Huddersfield have got. But when you look at the area between Barnsley and Huddersfield, there's a lot of like no man's land there. And I think a lot of them would be more Huddersfield way. I forgot about Reading. Reading's actually massive, isn't it? Like the place. Huddersfield's population is 100k, but that's just ridiculous. That must be town centre alone. Huddersfield's absolutely humongous. How much of a disadvantage do you think it is having a huge away end like at Barnsley? After town split that in half, it made a big impact on our home atmosphere. But that's because your attendances are that good that you could warrant it. You know what I mean? Barnsley don't need to. We're not filling out all other stands to warrant then saying, "Oh yeah, we'll split away end in half." Whereas Huddersfield at time, especially in Championship, I remember going to yours when you first did that year that you went up, and I think you bet us like 1-0 or something last minute or 2-1. And your attendances were good that year. We just don't get 18k in every week to warrant doing it. And also that Barnsley's away end were built when we come down for Premier League, we sold Ashley Ward and built that stand. And it would obviously, because we'd just been in Championship for like 7 trillion years in a row. So it's just thinking, oh well, Championship sides will fill it out every week. It's only in League One when we're sat here now that it's like, oh, it's just such a waste being that big. Huddersfield's population is 250. I'm going to say that makes more sense. Huddersfield postcode's 250. Right, I'm going to say that's more like it. I don't know what Barnsley's is. I bet Barnsley's is somewhere between like 150 and 200. What level of success would warrant Barnsley splitting away into multiple top half Championship seasons? Probably not. Still, I think if we were consistently averaging top half Championship, I think we would probably be close to selling out every week. But Arthur's West Stand isn't safe, so we obviously can't. We'd have to sort West Stand out first and sort that. Well, that definitely needs doing because you still piss outside in West Stand. But thing is, if we were ever in top half of Championship, or if we ever got to Premier League somehow, God forbid, one day, again, in my lifetime, it'd be great, please, before I'm like 100, that'd be fantastic. Then everybody would sell it out anyway, away end. So you might as well just keep it like that. But we would never have a problem of consistently selling out unless we were in Premier League. Ever. But yeah, personally got a huge away end. Preston, Wigan, Barnsley, they're all quite similar though. West Ham needs sorting no matter. True, but it's not a priority at the minute, is it? Because we're just like nowhere near needing to reach into that bit. Like, what can Barnsley? I think Barnsley's attendance can be, like, excluding that West Stand bit. Just pure home fans could probably be about 15k, something along them lines. Obviously, if we sort West Stand out, it goes up to like 23, doesn't it? Including away end, or every single seat being sold. But if we did ever do that, they never sell all away end anyway, because they take off first like 3 rows for tarp and then just fill it out with coppers. But yeah, I'd imagine Barnsley attendance, if everything was sorted, including West Stand, no extension, I think you'd probably get like 22 in. Maybe. I thought City would just purely if you've got a cathedral that way. Or is that just some like myth? Yeah, exactly. Kirklees is massive. That is such a huge area that is predominantly just Huddersfield fans. I'm getting more live views than TalkSport. I'm the man. Shit. Colchester has no cathedral, but it's a city. Didn't know that. Genuinely did not. Is that a myth? I thought it was cathedral equals city, regardless. What ball? Oh, 2-0. How is this ending 2-0 to Stockport? What's going on? I'm in shock. I'm in genuine disbelief. That were a rate cross, to be fair. That were a rate delivery. But how Bolton are coming away from this with no points is absolutely beyond me. Second half Stockport have been better. Like, they have been better. But look at the stats on your screen now. Look at the stats. I'm very surprised. You can't see if he's offside or not. Nobody can see that from there. That is a rate whip. Serious ball. Serious ball, that. And I'll tell you what, it sets tone. Because Bolton are going to be a really good side. A really good team. And Stockport have come away from it. Not actually playing that well. Soaking up a lot of pressure and ultimately riding the luck. But Stockport are coming out of this with 3 points and a 2-0 win. So, it's a very good start. Very good start. Big fat Shuey getting taught a lesson. Oh, man. Anyway, going back to City talk, why would you apply to be a City? What do you get for being that? Like more tourism or something? Like, oh, we'll go to Barnsley City. I mean, like, why would you do that? I don't want to be a City. I like being a town. We are Tarn. We're not a town, are we? We are Tarn. Good knock again. I think Bolton is so unlucky here. Away end's empty. Well, I'm not joking. If that went in, I'd go. If I were a Bolton fan right now, I'd be making my way out. Different funding. Oh, good point. You can make everything more expensive. Fair point. Yeah, the funding thing's probably right in it. You know, it's just shut away in there, right? When we were going, I were going in at in 30th minute when I went to Stockport away last season, and they all come running to the fence and they're just getting it bigger. Like, oh god, coming to bench that's got like 85 coppers stood next to it. What do you expect? You think so? You think a Barnes fan's actually just going to run through 100 coppers to try and hit there? Or same now. There's so many coppers there and a big chuffing fence. It's not happening, is it? Running to keep bigger. Tommy, thank you for 2, mate. I appreciate it. Fogden can hold that. Honestly, true. Oh, the begging handball there. Honestly, true. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Thing is, I like Bolton, but he ruins it. And I am sometimes I'm quite careful about like, oh, should I say that? Should I not? About like other creators and stuff like that I might meet. But he's just a cock. So, but thank you for the £2, mate. I appreciate it. Legend. Not one decent airline in that crowd leaving. Oh, God. Huddersfield is such a town. See, they're one of them that I'm like, could easily be other way. Could easily be a city. Barnes is a town. And Bolton got out to say quite late on. Too much of a flow to that one to do anything. Oh, God, it's just a complete waste. Like, oh, such a complete waste. You've got him penned in. You've got to get a decent crossing, and you're just going for a 35-yarder on your back foot. Like, you've got no chance. Trying to dig it out from under you. Successful hate watch. I'd have liked to draw. Must admit, I'd have liked to draw. But I think Bolton will finish higher than Stockport, so I'd rather this than a Bolton win. Knew I shouldn't have changed my prediction. They changed it last year, I believe, from John Smith. I'm doing a watch along for Birmingham Ipswich. You reckon Fogdad has fought to disown, and he's as much as a weirdo as he is, isn't he? And they're both weird. Huddersfield City just doesn't sound right. Yeah, but you don't say like all Leeds City do it. You just know it's a city. You don't say the word city afterwards. Oh, you mean unless Huddersfield changed the name of the team, they'd just be Huddersfield then, wouldn't they? But again, I don't say like, oh, Huddersfield Town. You just say Huddersfield. Champ predictions on Tuesday. Watchalong for Bristol City, Sheffield United. I can't remember when that is. I've got it wrote down. Oh, you know what I need to do? In fact, what I'm going to start doing on Mondays, I'm going to start posting like my schedule for the week on Twitter. I'll do it on Twitter and on like the YouTube post thing because I don't want. I've stopped like saying when I'm live and stuff as much because I don't want to just spam it on Twitter. So I just like do that and then pin it to the top of my profile or something so that people can see what I'm doing for that week effectively. But they'll always be alive on Monday, so I can like address it then, I guess. I'm surprised Fogden's not been smacked by somebody yet. Somebody smacked his dad at Barnsley. I remember. The Barnsley fan gave him a crack. Next Saturday. Oh, Saturday night? No chance, lad. Saturday, what do you think I am? Saturday night? Come off it. Jesus. Sunday morning to take it piss. Saturday night? Ugh. I'll be sinking some tinnies, buddy. Look at the match stats. 5 shots for Stockport, 15 for Bolton. What world is this? It's 2-0. EFL review tomorrow. I need to film the little bit extra of it. I just need to film my reaction to this effectively, and then I'll edit it tomorrow and stick it out then. Nah, I'm not doing R5. Lads, Barnsley playing at home for his first home game at 3 o'clock. I'm going out with all lads after. Yeah, but the thing is, Josh, you deserve that. You deserve that one. You took Kiefer Moore off us and didn't pay for him, so you deserved it. Who's impressed me the most in the opening game? In the opening games, Barnsley. In terms of like watching highlights, Huddersfield looked good. Wigan looked good. I honestly think both of these have looked good. I know Bolton will lose 2-0, but I think they've both looked good. Cardiff were alright. And honestly, Wimbledon. I think Wimbledon will do better than probably what I think, or what I've said. Live on Thursday for Vale Cardiff. No, I'll be doing a league. I'll be doing the thingy winner, the championship transfer thing. And I'm not a full-time streamer yet. If I ever start making the money required to just have an editor, so I literally film something and that's it, and then it just goes into the factory and works itself out, then I might do more longer streams and stuff. If Barnsley went down to League 2, would you include League 2 in EFL reviews? No. I don't watch it enough, and I still won't watch it enough, even if we went down there. I'd know more generally about the teams, but I won't watch any League 2. Unless it were only game that we're on. Like last season, genuinely, apart from playoffs, I think I watched maybe 4 live games in League 2. Well, it's about to be full time anyway. I'm never ever streaming. I've thought about this long and hard. I'm never streaming like gaming. But that is it, boys. Stockport 2, Bolton 0. Very, very surprising result after like all context included with game itself. Let me get the stats up because I'm genuinely just quite surprised that that's happened. Bolton more possession, more shots, same shots on target, more passes, better passing accuracy, more effectively everything. But only stat that matters is that one. That's the only one that matters. Stockport 2, Bolton 0. Full time. And I think both are good sides. Both are good sides. Defensively, both are definitely quite weak, which makes me feel good. But it's also not the proper starting 11 for either side, is it? So, both very good sides, will be top 6, and have got a lot more to offer. But I was very impressed with Bolton going forward. But I'm also equally impressed with Stockport and their ability to grind games and wins and clean sheets out when not even playing that good. So, very impressed with both sides, it must be said. I do think both of these have got a decent chance of being up there when the season's finished. But boys, that's it. Thank you for watching. A big thank you to Matchmaking for sponsoring the channel. There's a link at the top of the description if anybody fancies it. Thank you to anybody that's donated. I appreciate it massively. Love you all. Kiss anybody that's just sat watching and chatting. Love you, boys and girls. I will see you tomorrow for the EFL review, because that's tomorrow. So there's an EFL review tomorrow. And then the bars are live. It'll be tomorrow at 6. So I will see you then. Absolute pleasure, boys. Love you. Kiss. And I'll see you in a bit. Very good win for Stockport, that. Very good win.